Hi there, this is Saver Crypto. Now, the other day I did a video talking about some cryptos that I think are going to do really well. They were SwissBorg. One was an ICO called LordToken, and the other one was a thing called Freeway Token, which is to do with Aubit. Now, to explain what Aubit are all about, I think I'll let Jordan, who is that Martini Guy, explain it to you. I really like this guy. He's about half my age. He's really good. He's really good at researching low cap gems and all that. And I must admit, I get a lot of ideas from him. I do think he's great. So do go over to his channel, subscribe, and I'd love it if he brought out a video every day, but he doesn't. It's about 3 or 4 a week, But when they come out, they are brilliant and really worth watching. He's a good guy. But let's just listen to what he says about Aubit.
We've got Freeway Token that I've mentioned a lot recently. Freeway is now $2 per $2. I wish it was $2. 2 cents per coin. It's a $100 million market cap right now. If you look at the 1 month chart, you can see that we continually rally upwards. Every dump is met with another pump. This is very exciting going forward. And if you look at the all-time chart, essentially we've now broken above, or we're very close to breaking above the all-time highs that I mentioned in yesterday's video. This allows you to deposit either pounds, like you can deposit actual money. You don't even need to deposit crypto. But essentially within this, they put your money into a brokerage account. They get issued a loan on top of the money. They then trade with that loan that they get issued on top of your money. And generally, the rewards on stuff like this are absolutely insane, hence why they can push up to 43% interest on US dollar stablecoins that are deposited within the Freeway application.
Okay, he also mentions investor protection as well, which is cool.
And compensation in the event of any kind of hack of the exchange. So that's pretty good as well.
Okay, so as I'm invested in this project, and not massively, but I think I better put my money where my mouth is and put some Bitcoin into their supercharger. Now, so far what I did was, it was back in October, I think. I put it was about $720 worth of, or it might have been 720 euros worth of a Freeway token, which you can just do by clicking purchase here, and you get your Freeway token. Since then, it's kind of doubled in price. I think it was something like 0.07 cents when I bought it, and now it's almost 2 cents now. So I've got I've now got $1,913 worth of that, which is cool. Now, what I want to do is use this BTC Supercharger. So this should give a annual APR of 33%, which is really good. Now, I did query this with the support there, and by the way, the support at Aubit are really good. They get back to you really quickly. It's a very personal service. They're not just cutting and pasting standard answers. They're really good. Now, I did query that. I just said, look, this is all a bit complicated. I'm not actually sure what I'm supposed to do, because you're supposed to stake somewhere. Well, let's have a look. So what you seem to do is put in like your purchase quantity there, and I couldn't really work out what to do. But the guy at support said, well, it's actually cheaper if you just use the OTC option. So what you do here, you click this plus here, and it comes to this page, and read that. It's probably worth reading all this so you know what you're doing, but I've read it all before anyway. And then what you do, you kind of click these things depending on what you want to do. So, for example, if you bought your Freeway tokens on a different exchange or something, you can move them in here, and just various options, really. You could buy Freeway tokens there, which I probably should have done using this OTC. OTC is over the counter, by the way. It's generally where you get the better rates and everything like that. And I believe as well, you don't go through a third-party processor, so there's less fees and all that. So what I did, I didn't record it unfortunately, but I clicked this one here saying buy Orbitized BT Supercharger. I mean, they don't help themselves by calling the products like AAAA2 anyway. So I did that, and then I clicked OK, and then you fill in all these things. But what it actually does, it creates a support ticket. I mean, I kind of quite like this, because this is like a company in its really early infancy. I can imagine in the future this will all be automated like what it is. So when you use the earn feature on crypto.com or something like that, where it's just a matter of clicking a few buttons on your phone. But with this, I can imagine they've got a team of people, they're thinking, okay, we've got an order, then you have to kind of manually process it. I like that in a way, because I think I'm like really early in on the whole Aubit thing, but anyway, what I did, I just filled in these questions, and it generates a support ticket. So the support ticket I got back, I'll show you it. So here it says, here are the steps to purchase Supercharger products directly. Choose the Supercharger products you want to purchase using the OTC. 2, if you would like to purchase directly and avoid charges, please send it from your wallet to the provided address. And then you've got a USDT, USDC address there, ETH BNB address. Got the BTC address here. Record and let us know about your transaction ID number. And then it says if you click on the transaction history, you'll be able to see all your deposit and withdrawal history. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to use this BTC address. I've actually got, today, I had some Bitcoin in the crypto.com earn feature, which is currently earning me 8.5% interest. It finished today. It was a 3-month term. So I'm going to put that into Aubit instead and see what happens. So to do that, I'm just coming over to crypto.com on my phone, and I've just got into my crypto wallet, and this is my BTC balance here. So you can see it's about $1,468 worth of Bitcoin. So I'm going to transfer to that address that I've got on the clipboard. So that's external wallet. And it is worth noting that the Aubit BTC address for the OTC is different to the one where I bought the Freeway tokens before. So I think what I'm going to do is add another wallet address. Okay, so when you've sent the transaction, what you need to send over is the transaction ID. If you're using crypto.com, if you just go to transaction history, and you can see here that withdrawal is complete now, and you go down here and you click the withdraw to, click that address, and then that has this transaction hash. That is also known as the TX ID, the transaction ID. So you can just copy that. Then I'm going to send an email. Okay, so the email I sent just said, hi, I've just sent blah 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 BTC to you with TXID, whatever. Please set up a BTC Supercharger with this. I already have sufficient FWT in my account. PS, in the future, how can I just add more BTC to the Supercharger? Thanks. I mean, it's do you know what I mean? It's all very primitive, really. But let's see how it goes anyway. Okay, so I sent that email off on Thursday. Now, it did actually take 24 hours for them to reply. Now, I don't know if that's because it was Thanksgiving. I wouldn't have thought that would make a difference because Aubit are a UK-based company, but I don't know if they have, people who do stuff in the US as well. But anyway, 24 hours later, they sent me this email saying, the transaction has been verified and your Freeway Lite account will be updated later today. And then here are the steps to purchase Supercharger products directly. So they didn't directly answer my question saying how do I top up, but I assume I just send more. I'm going to do that in a moment anyway, and because I've got another $600 or so of Bitcoin that I want to put into that Supercharger. So the question is it working? This is the Supercharger here, and it says I should be getting a daily interest of 0.078%, which equates to an annual of 33%. And it's been running for 2 days, and I seem to have $2.49, which is 0.18%. So if I calculate that, so this is the dollar amount of Bitcoin I've got in there, and over the course of a year, it should earn 33%, which would be $453. This is assuming that Bitcoin stays the same price. So divide that by 365. That is $1.24 a day. I did see a figure like that earlier on, but now it seems to have added the second day to it. So if I multiply that by 2, I get 248, and it was saying 249. So indeed, it does seem to be paying 33% per year. Now, with most things crypto, you see a lot of these little eyes like that for information, and they're worth hovering over. So looking at the daily rate here, the 0.078, it says disclaimer, this is the current daily supercharger staking reward. This reward rate may reduce, pause or cease at any time. A little bit worrying, but I guess that's just to cover their ass really. The annual one says assumes daily supercharging staking rewards continue the current rate and compound for 365 days using the formula. It's got a formula there. So it looks like this is 33% is what you get when it compounds on a daily basis. Now, I did wonder how this would compare with crypto.com if I was compounding my interest every Friday, which is what I do with crypto.com earn feature. Now let's have a look at that. So to do this, I've come over to this compound interest calculator that you can find at compounddaily.org, and I put in the amount that I've got in there. Now the interest rate in percentage is 8.5 if you've got the crypto.com higher level cards. You actually get 6.5 in Bitcoin, you get 2% in CRO, but let's just call it 8.5. Now that pays interest every 7 days, so I basically recompound it weekly, and we'll do that for a year, not taking any out. And if we calculate that, it says here that you started with an investment of 1366. Your principal grew to 1487, so it basically made 121, which is actually considerably less than you would get with Aubit, which was about $450. So it does seem to be much better. Now the only worry is where it says here, assumes the rate stays the same. So I think what I'll do is I've got some Bitcoin in the crypto.com earn feature, and I think I can probably put like 1 Bitcoin into here. That'll be in about a week or so's time, maybe 2 weeks. And I can put it in here, and I'll basically just run them side by side and see which one works the best, really. But for the moment, this all looks pretty good to me, and I think there's a definite possibility that the Freeway token is going to increase massively in value. And the point is, you can withdraw these at any time. So if for some reason this goes wrong, I'll just withdraw it and put it back into crypto.com. So I'd suggest you have a look at Aubit.io and maybe use one of their superchargers, look at the Freeway token, maybe get some of that, even if you're not going to use a supercharger. The link for it is in the description. I'll leave it right at the top so you can find it easy. I like cryptos such as Freeway token where it has a use straight away, and I'm actually using it for my own benefit. Anyway, if you found that interesting, please do give a like, subscribe, leave a comment, tick the notification bell and tell your friends.